Recording. Okay, right. Thank you, Facebook. We are not live. We are not live. We're on Zoom. This is a recording. It's still live. We're live, but you're not, I'm afraid, and we're sorry about that. But we did everything we could to bring you this live. However, you'll still be able to ask Karen a question in the thread under this video once I've posted it. So it's Tuesday. It's part of Alignment Fest Week 2018, which I hope will be an event every year. So we are binging on all things alignment this week. And I was just reflecting, just while I was fiddling about with Facebook technology, that 5 to 7 years ago, you'd never heard of the word alignment, or if you had, it was to do with lining up bricks on a building site, or getting really straight lines. And in the last few years, especially, the new watchwords for everything to do with success, dreams, energy, up-leveling your life, upscaling your business, going for your best life, the word alignment comes in. So I thought it'd be really fun and powerful and a wonderful gift for you this week, happy viewers, if we came in and talked about alignment from all different points of view and got some amazing experts to give their expertise on that. So after a little bit of faffing about, I am absolutely delighted to, excuse me, I seem to have, oh right, it's late sun afternoon, it comes around and dazzles. So I'm delighted to introduce you to a lady who is an expert on alignment. Her name is Karen Baines, a conscious karmic creation coach, and I'm going to let her herself introduce her and what her expertise is and what we're going to talk about today. Welcome, my lovely.
Hello, darling. That was a bit of a nightmare, wasn't it? Hello, everybody. Thanks for being patient and actually bothering to watch the replay. So I am Karen Baines. I am a conscious karmic creation coach, and I'm here to talk to you today about alignment. And alignment, when I talk about it, is usually around money. I talk about alignment around money. I talk about up-leveling your business and up-leveling your vibration so that you are in alignment to having more money. And when Jenny approached me, she had this amazing idea of like the power of three, and it very quickly came to me that there are 3 A's when it comes to conscious karmic creation.
Okay, grab your pencils. Grab your pencils, people.
So
grab your pencil. This is pearls. Grab your pencils and a piece of paper. The 3 A's. Okay.
The 3 A's. And this is your equation. This is your equation for today, and then I'll circle back and explain what I mean. So, alignment plus activation equals abundance.
Oh, I love
so
that.
That is your triple A. And these things, when you master them, when you actually get it, they change your life. And actually, it's very simple. I'm not saying it's easy by any stretch of the imagination, because change is never easy, which is why most people don't change. But the concept, I hope that as I'm talking and as you're asking me questions and all of that stuff, that people will actually feel the truth of this and recognize that they are doing this already when it comes to consciously creating our lives, which is what we're here to do. Everybody that's watching this back, everybody that you know in the world, in your groups, in your business, everybody is doing this already. What I hope I do is shine a light on what you're doing and how you're doing it, so then you can realign to abundance.
I love that, Karen. So actually, it's not something new that you have, or not some new technique, process, or formula, or seven step jobby that you've got to take on board and beast yourself to.
No, it's something. You're doing it already. You're doing it already. It's just you're not doing it in such a way that it's gonna create a vibrational shift for you. It's gonna create more abundance for you. Essentially, you're probably doing it wrong. If there is a right or wrong, you're doing it wrong. So if you're not creating the income that you want in your life, and as I said, I do focus on abundance, and for business owners like me and the people that I coach and the clients that I have, I coach entrepreneurs. So abundance looks like, for many of us, money. So if you're not creating the kind of money you want, the kind of income that you want, then you're doing it.
All right. Well, don't just leave us hanging there.
All right. So let's go. Let me circle back then, like I said.
Yeah.
So in terms of the equation itself, when I talk about alignment, what I'm talking about is energetic alignment. So the place that we must start to even know whether we're energetically aligned is to feel into the vibrational essence, if you like, of what we want to create. Okay, so that would be when you set a goal or you have an intention. So say, for argument's sake, you've got an intention to have consistent 10K months in your business, serving perfectly, like, amazing clients, not working like 50 to 80 hours a week. You've got this vision of what your 10K consistent month business looks like. In terms of alignment, what you need to do is to feel into that intention, feel into that goal. So you've got to sort of center yourself and think about it and engage with the energy. And then you ask yourself, okay, well, if that were already done, and it is already done, when I try it on as already done and I'm already creating that kind of impact, that money's landing in my bank account, what does it feel like? One word. If I got on a call with you and then said to you, what do your 10K months feel like? Tell me. One word is what we're looking for. And that's going to be unique to everybody. There are some energies that are quite common, especially for the folks that I serve. So freedom, that's one of the big ones. Freedom, expansion, abundance. Some people have just got a very just feels abundant. For some people, it feels like ease because maybe they are working 50 to 80 hours a week in their business, which doesn't align to ease. So the alignment part of it is to feel in to whatever you want to create, because that's your consequence. You then have to activate that energy within your life, and that's where the activation part comes in. When you know what that energy is that your 10K months align to, by doing that little process, you then need to activate that energy. And you do that by choosing that energy already. So I say to my clients and to anybody else that's interested, what you need to do is you basically need to do a 360-degree assessment of your entire life. So your business, your finances, your health, your relationships, including the relationship with yourself, is very important. And anywhere you're not doing that energy. So when you think about doing something, whatever that is, let's say, for example, you're looking at your business and you're doing 5 live streams, and the energy, the vibrational essence underneath what you want to create in terms of your 10K months is freedom. But every day you're tied to doing 5 live streams a week because you've set yourself, you've set yourself a target that you're going to do this. But actually, as the days go by, it feels more and more contracted and you feel more and more obligation around doing it. Then right there, that's not choosing freedom. That's choosing obligation because you don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
So this is about doing a full 360-degree assessment. And anywhere you're doing anything, this isn't mindset. This is really important. This is not a mindset thing. This is something that you're actually doing with your physical body.
Yeah.
Anything like that that doesn't align already to freedom, you've got to stop doing it. Give it to somebody else to do for you. So hire a new team member or whatever. Or do it in a new way, which usually means doing it differently or doing something different altogether that is going to align you to that energy of freedom. Because we create, and that's what I said at the start, we're doing this already. The choices you make, the energy underneath those choices, create the energy of the consequence. There's always a consequence to any choice. That's how we create. But most people don't realize that the energy underneath what they're doing will be reflected back at them. It will manifest at a physical level with the same energy. If you're choosing obligation, you're creating more obligation. You're telling the universe you want obligation because that's what you wouldn't do it otherwise. Why would you do it? The universe doesn't have the same perceptions as us. It doesn't have a perception of positive and negative, right, wrong, good, bad. It just sees you doing something, and like attracts like. That's one of the universal laws, the law of attraction, that hopefully many of you know about. And when you choose something, you must want more of it. Otherwise, why would you do it? And the universe will react absolutely perfectly to that. It will give you more opportunities to choose obligation because that's what you're saying you want. So the activation side of the equation is to do more of what you want. So that when the universe says, hey, yes, you can have more of this, of course you can have more of this, you're choosing something that you want more of. And if the energy underneath your 10K months, for example, is freedom, and that's your consequence, you need to make choices that are congruent to that energy. Otherwise, you're never going to create your freedom or whatever your goal or your intention is. So alignment plus activation, why does it equal abundance?
Oh, she's stuck. Stay with me, lovely. Oh, she's stuck.
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Yes, you're back. So I was just saying, and if I've skipped a bit, let me know.
It's stuck, so repeat it.
I was just saying that the abundance part comes in when you do those two things. You add those things together and you create abundance. And the reason why you create abundance is because the only possible outcome for divine self-expression, for energetic alignment, is abundance. The only possible outcome is abundance. When you do what you want to do, when you show up in a way that is alignment for you. Unfortunately, many people might be doing, let's say, doing all the right things in their business. You know, we've got coaches that say, oh, we do show up live 5 times a week, do outreach every single day, create this kind of content, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on LinkedIn, do all of those things. And we follow that advice. But actually, if there's any kind of restriction or constraint under anything we do, it's going to cancel out anything that is aligned, because you can't have 2 opposing energies in the same experience. You can't say you want freedom and then go do obligation. It just doesn't work. At the very best, it will cancel out all your aligned actions, all your aligned choices. So you could be doing everything in a really aligned way in your business and then wondering why nothing's really happening. But then when I say to my clients, you know, go and do a 360-degree assessment of your life, and you find out that they're doing all of the things in their business themselves because they're haven't hired somebody to help them, and everything they're doing feels like obligation, and they're filling up their bandwidth with to-do lists. Or maybe maybe it's not even within their business. Maybe everything's going well in the business, but they still don't know why the money's showing up. And then you find out that they're going to an exercise class once a week with a group of friends that they really don't enjoy, but they don't want to tell their friends they don't want to go. And they're paying for that experience. They're actually paying money for obligation. They are assigning value to obligation. And this is like the hole, if you like. This is the gap that people fall through when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to the law of attraction. They focus on being in the high vibe and doing the mindset work and doing the things that they really enjoy doing. But then there are going to be multiple places where they are still doing stuff that they don't really enjoy, that isn't aligned to the target energy. The thing about alignment is you need to make sure that you're choosing that energy to create that consequence. It's no good haphazardly choosing different energies all over the place. It needs to be congruent. There needs to be a congruency to the choices that you make. Because anything that's out of alignment of that congruency is going to knock everything out of whack, and it's going to create a new consequence for you. And then you wind up going down the rabbit hole of misalignment. So alignment plus activation equals abundance. Because when you are doing all of the things that you truly want to do, that is you being divinely self-expressed. That is you saying, I am here, I value me, I value my experience, this is what I want, it's that important, I'm choosing it. And the only possible outcome to that is abundance. And when that, it's not just for business owners, it's not just for entrepreneurs like us, it's for everybody. But that is why when I work with people, the quickest way to find any misalignment in their experience is going to be their bank account, because it will show up there first.
Brilliant. So there were several things I pulled from that, but I just wanted you to keep going. So is to prioritize being overdoing.
Sorry, prioritize
being overdoing.
Absolutely, yeah. Prioritize the physical things that you're doing in your life, and make sure they've got an energy underneath them that is congruent to what you
okay, because congruency. Yeah. Then because the question I was going to ask, and actually you did answer it, is because a lot of people find it hard to project what they're going to feel when they do have, this preferred reality, this future time, this like a 10K month, that they actually, it's like, so that's my question. I'm asking that. It's like, how do you get into the sensations of what it's like if you've never felt it before?
So from what I tend to do is, like 10K was like a fairly common milestone for like entrepreneurs, I find. So probably the thing to do when it comes to tuning into your target energy is just take yourself out 3 months. So 3 months in your timeline is a really good place to start. It's not so far down the road that you can't even comprehend it.
Sure.
You've probably got, like, for example, at the moment, I'm saying this to clients, okay, let's find out the vibrational essence of what you want to create. We're going to take you 3 months out. That's going to be around about January. That's the new year. There's usually some sort of milestone in our lives that if we take ourselves out 3 months, we can put ourselves in that place. It's not too far out. It's not so close that we don't believe it's possible. because like we don't have enough time. And the thing about it is as well, there is a vibrational shift available to all of us every 3 to 5 months.
Okay.
So that's why it's a really great place to start.
It's got to be 3 months.
Yeah, just take yourself out about 3, like around about that time, you should be able to, and ask yourself, well, where do I want to be in my life? Where do I want to be in my business? What's different from where I am now? And then daydream a little bit, play with it. What would look different? What are you going to be doing that you're not doing now, or not doing what you're doing now? Where are you going to be? Who's going to be around you? What are you going to be buying with that money when you create it? And then how does that money, like that experience, how does that experience in 3 months' time, 3 to 5 months' time, whatever, how does that translate into pound notes or dollars? And then you've got your, like, when you connect with that time and you just really give yourself a few minutes, you will be able to connect with that feeling.
Yeah, if it's not too far ahead, you won't get a subconscious reverb which says, no, you can't possibly achieve that. Who are you to achieve that? And all the bullshit that comes up from the depths.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that 3 months is a really good.
That's great, because I like threes.
Yeah,
and it's true. It does seem to be a cyclical, like a 3-month cycle of shift that you feel naturally, even if you can't articulate why. Sometimes it's seasonal, but definitely you kind of notice that after 3 months that things have moved on, and maybe that your goals have shifted a bit.
Absolutely.
And the ones that you thought about 3 months ago don't seem to be quite the same.
That's right. I mean, I do say to my clients frequently, what can happen is, what I notice is that if I'm working with clients for, say, like, usually the time frame I work with my clients is about 6 months. So there's two vibrational shifts available within that 6-month period. And normally what happens is, around about the midway mark, somewhere between that 3 to 5 month period, they start getting this, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, this confusion sets in. And that, for me, and hopefully for my clients, becomes their signal that your target energy has changed.
That's really reassuring.
You've embodied, basically, you've been choosing this target energy for like 3 months or so. You've embodied it now. So now you've got a new intention to set.
Oh, yes, perfect.
You've got a new energy that you need to start choosing. Because there's a misconception with some people that, especially when it like comes to coaches and like healers, there's this energy around, well, once I get to 10K a month, I couldn't possibly, like, that would be enough. Like they can't go past that almost, because, and for some people it might be, but not for a conscious karmic creator, because the thing about it is there's always going to be a new desire. Even if it's not monetary, something will show up for you to then step into a new version of yourself, a higher vibrational version of you that you're currently not embodying. The soul gets really bored. It gets bored very quickly. If you've been making the same choices for too long, you're going to get that call from your soul to step into the next version, the next version, the next version. And for entrepreneurs, that looks like a higher income level. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten into business doing what we do. We'd be like the 97% of the population that goes out and gets a regular paycheck and goes on 2 holidays a year, not the 3%. that are willing to stay up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to find out.
You've given me 2 more threes there.
Yeah.
3% and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing. We're a different animal, and the life that we've chosen requires us to consistently emerge and consistently evolve. That's part of the path we've chosen. It's what makes us different. And when you choose that, and you make, like when you choose a path like entrepreneurship, which is absolutely a spiritual journey, whether you align with that consciously or not, it is a spiritual journey. And when you choose that, you will be required every 3 months or so to up level. And like I said, abundance comes from divine self-expression. Divine self-expression shifts and changes. Like the more of you that you allow to emerge, the more opportunities are going to come in for you to step more into that, and it will equal more money. It will. It can't not. It's impossible. It's universal law.
I love that. Divine self-expression equals is an equal vibration to abundance.
Always, absolutely always. And likewise, the opposite is true. Choosing who you are not is aligned to lack.
Yeah.
So when you're choosing energies like obligation, guilt, sacrifice, those are not aligned to divine self-expression, because when you're choosing those energies, you're choosing a lesser experience for yourself. You're choosing a not enough. You're choosing a not worthy. You're choosing I don't deserve. When you do things because you feel bad if you don't, or when you put someone else's needs in front of your own, when you don't stand up for yourself and you do something because you've got a bit of people-pleasing energy going on. All of those things are not divine self-expression. You're choosing a smaller version of you. You're choosing to put yourself in a box of limitation. You're saying, I don't deserve. And that will align to lack, because you're not being divinely self-expressed.
So 2 things I'm hearing here is first of all, the need to be very selfish. This is I don't know whether it's not the right word. It's
to have very firm boundaries.
Yeah.
It's all about boundaries, and I can promise you that every time you're called to up level, you will be called to set new boundaries every single time. So you have to become quite good at that, and be detached from the outcome of your enforcing your new boundaries, because it usually upsets a few people for a little while. That can be one of the toughest parts of doing divine self-expression. Like I say, I have clients that come along and we look at their money and their business and go, well, yeah, that's all going on, that's going on. But they're not owning their power outside of their business. They're choosing the lesser experience. You know, they're still running the house as well as running the business. And they could do with some support, but they don't voice that. And if they do voice it, they don't have those needs met. And all of that is not aligned with divine self-expression. Reinforcing boundaries, up-leveling and setting new boundaries, communicating new boundaries, enforcing new boundaries, really tough for people. But going back to the word selfish, here's the thing. This is the thing about alignment. When you make a choice that's aligned for you, it's aligned for everybody that choice affects.
Yeah.
That's the only way it can be.
Yeah.
So when you choose that, although it may take longer for that consequence to show up for the other people involved, it will eventually show up. And you being divinely self-expressed can only lead to joy and happiness and abundance, because you're saying, I deserve this and I want this. Now, the thing about selfishness, and that does come up because, you know, especially if you often, our clients tend to be very heart-centered people, right? We get into the business that we're in because we want to help people and we want to serve people. And that can look like doing a little bit of people pleasing on the side. Let's face it, in our families and our relationships, that can quite often be the case. Sometimes even with our clients. And the thing is that the word selfish can show up for people. But here's the thing. Your soul doesn't care about anybody else. It doesn't care about anybody else's experience, only yours. And yeah, that sounds selfish. But here's the thing, the soul, your soul, the divinity of you knows that we are one.
Yeah.
It knows that we are, it knows we are one, it knows we are energy. And it knows that if you're choosing obligation, guilt, sacrifice, resentment, you know, the not so fab four, if you're choosing those energies, because we are all one, and because we are all energy, and because we are all connected, that is the energy that you are then contributing to the entire planet. And more immediately, everybody else that you say that you care about. Because when you choose an energy, that will be the outcome for everybody. Whatever the consequence of that energy will be the outcome. Likewise, when you choose joy, when you choose love, when you choose freedom, when you choose support, when you choose all those delicious, yummy energies that are you being divinely self-expressed, that is what you're contributing to the planet. So that is why the soul doesn't give a damn about any other soul. It cares about you, your experience, because it knows that it sees the bigger picture.
It sees the biggest picture, yeah.
There's no such thing as being selfish. It's actually, in a way, selfish to be selfish.
Sure.
It's like, it just doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
So anybody, and same with greed. Greed and selfishness, no such thing. No such thing.
Lovely. Oh my God, this is so powerful, Karen. This is just absolutely gorgeous. So I totally get this bigger picture thing, and the link of our souls to the big soul. So
that's right.
What to somebody who is maybe not an entrepreneur, or is maybe just about to take the leap to be an entrepreneur, it might sound that you have to just like that we have to, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate here a little bit, to be funny, is it might sound like that we all go off and do exactly what we want all the time.
Well, yeah, you do. That is the quickest way. That is the quickest way to alignment and abundance. But I get it, you know. Yeah. It's not
always practical.
It's taken us all these years to get where we are right now, right? These aren't going to be habits that are broken overnight. We all care about the people around us. We care about their well-being. We don't always, like, there could be like all the people that are watching this back on the replay, they might feel what I'm saying is truth. Some might not, which is fine, but I hope that most people will feel what I'm saying is truth. But then it's like, well, we're talking about a completely new, different way of being, and we are. But You only need to take baby steps. And if you focus on one vibrational essence, okay, and I would say to choose that within your business, if you focus on that and you start making those new aligned choices.
When you say one vibrational essence, you're talking about when you like freedom
your 3 months, when you feel into your 3 month timeline.
Yeah.
So when you feel into that and you're right, that's my energy. That's the energy I need to choose right there. When you start making those new aligned choices, doing those new things that are in alignment with that energy already, when you start doing that, the universe brings you more because you're saying, I want this, because you're choosing it. And then you'll have more opportunities to keep choosing it and keep choosing it. That's how it works. And the opportunities won't just show up in direct relation to the life area, let's say, that you're choosing, because energy doesn't discriminate. There's no discrimination. Like I said, the perception of positive and negative, good, bad, right, wrong, aligned and misaligned is our human perception. But energy doesn't discriminate. So if you choose that in your business, you will manifest aligned opportunities to show up in your other life areas as well. You only need to make small steps at first to gain momentum, but you must start. You must start. Because doing what you've always done is getting what you've always got. If you want to create something different, you've got to do something different. But just making small, consistent, incremental changes. Like I said, a vibrational shift is available every 3 months or so. Imagine what you can create in 3 months if that means a vibrational shift. But we have to be courageous enough to make those first small steps and to be consistent enough to keep that momentum going. But we're entrepreneurs, most of us. If you're thinking about getting into business yourself, I talk to conscious karmic creators. If there's anybody that is still watching this, that has been listening to me for this long, no matter what they're doing in their life, it's because there's a reason they're still here and listening to what I'm saying. That means that they are ready to step into their power in whatever life area that is. They've just got to be courageous enough to take those first small steps.
That's absolutely tremendous, Karen. Really tremendous. And what I love is the way that you've made it so grounded.
That's what I do. It's what I try and do. At the end of the day, we're a physical being. Physical human being.
Yeah, for our souls. So that is absolutely tremendous and worth $1 million.
I'm done.
And I unfortunately we haven't got live people to say to agree, but I'm sure
I know, but
comment under, never mind, I can spread this around YouTube, I can spread this around. That's the blessing. Always look for the blessing. We can spread this around. So maybe more people needed to see it than just on my Facebook page.
Yes, maybe so.
So just to resume that then, the 3 A's.
Alignment plus activation equals abundance.
Wonderful. The 3 A's. And one of my favourite expressions is omne trium perfectum, which is the Latin for everything that comes in threes is perfect, whole and complete.
Absolutely.
And that is also a law of the universe. And we are also you've already seen how we've talked about how 3 keeps coming up in the conversation. Now we didn't rehearse anything about 3s. I just asked Karen, I just threw it out to her, do you have any experience or use of 3s? And she said, well, I'll think about it. So it is amazing how the pattern of 3 occurs in this 3-month likely cycle, all sorts of things, and we're going to be talking more about that. So you've got the most amazing content to go away with, and I just want you to recap, is that people will now, this is the call to action, is to go and find that essence that they want, is to go and identify the essence of what they want for the next 3 months. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just take themselves out 3 months down the timeline and feel into what they want.
And identify that essence,
wherever they want to be in 3 months,
and then match up all of their life,
all of their doing, everything they're doing, everything they're doing,
360 degrees.
360 degrees.
Yes, 3 and 6 equals 9, and 9 is the figure of the whole of creation.
Well, there we go. So yeah, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. So yeah, tune into your I call it vibrational essence. You could call it your target energy, like that which you want to create. Then you need to go and choose that energy. 360 degrees, check your relationships with other people, your relationship with yourself, your finances, your business, your health, all of the things that fill up your day-to-day life. And anywhere that doesn't feel like that target energy, that vibrational essence of what you want to create, stop doing it and do something instead that is aligned. Alignment is key.
There we go. Wonderful kickoff to the Alignment Fest. Alignment is key, and it's really, really practical.
Yes.
Fantastic. So just let us know where people can find out more about this work that you're doing. I know that you've got some gorgeous money
momentum assessment.
Money momentums on your Facebook page, haven't you?
Yes, I've been doing money momentum moments now for, I think we're on day 25.
Money momentum moments, another 3.
Yes,
another 3.
Yeah. I'm off the back of that, I've created money momentum assessments where people can just get on a call with me for 20 minutes and talk about what their experience of money is at the moment. And I can give them feedback on what they can actually do now to open that channel to more abundance. I've got my A to Z on my Facebook business page. That's the best place to find me. If you search Karen Baines, Conscious Karmic Creation Coach, you'll be able to connect with me there. You'll be able to connect with me on Messenger. You can send me a personal message. I've got my A to Z of Conscious Karmic Creation. We're on the letter R tomorrow. So we've already gone all the way through from A to R, and that's all back catalogued there. So loads of stuff if they want to come, loads of resources. Like I live stream a lot. I talk about this stuff a lot. So if you want to learn more, then just comment. I'll make sure that I read through the comments, seeing as we weren't able to go live, and answer any questions that anybody's got. I'm here. I'm always around. You can always find me.
Wonderful. So the A to Z of Conscious Karmic Creation. Those are posts on your Facebook page.
Yeah, I do a live stream once a week.
Right.
And they're all catalogued in. My VA has sorted out a place where you can just click on there, and the whole back catalogue right the way through from A to R is there. And I talk about using the letters of the alphabet. I talk about the different perspectives of what I do and how you can apply that in really practical terms in your life. That's my aim, to kind of make alignment and energy more user-friendly for people.
Fantastic. We're totally on the same page with that, because I'm all about tools as well.
Yeah.
Tools. Well, this has been absolutely tremendous value. Really very, very generous of you, and sharing your wisdom and your heart and your brilliance, Karen.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay, so you know what to do, folks. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's all on you. So take action, go and find Karen. Do post some questions under this post and interact with us both. And if you wanted to keep know more about this incredible power of three, keep watching my Facebook page this week, this on the Alignment Fest, because there's more about trilogies and the road to freedom.
Oh.
The road to freedom. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenny. Bye now.